Monosodium Glutamate, MSG. For 50 years, we were led to believe this was a chemical poison.
What that was a lie is being produced by your own body right now.
I get it. You see E621 on a food label, and you put it right back down. You're willing to pay extra for that reassuring no MSG added label. This fear is real, but it didn't come from science. It came from that single letter in 1968.
Fact number 1. What exactly is MSG?
MSG is monosodium glutamate, simply the sodium salt of glutamic acid.
It's already found naturally in the foods you love most.
Tomatoes, Parmesan cheese, mushrooms,
And yes, even in the natural nourishment of your body. Industrial MSG and the glutamate in your cheese are chemically identical.
All right, quick pause. If that last bit of information, especially about the Parmesan and the breast milk, surprised you,
And if you also believe we deserve to know the truth, hit that like button. We need more people to hear this.
So, where did this global panic actually begin?
Let's go back to April 1968, the New England Journal of Medicine.
They published a letter. Let me repeat that as a letter, not a scientific study. The letter was signed by a man calling himself Dr. Robert Ho-Man Kwok.
He speculated on a range of causes: cooking wine, salt, and
MSG.
The media exploded with panic. Headlines everywhere shouted, "Chinese restaurant syndrome."
The media ignored everything else and latched onto one word: MSG.
In 2018, another doctor came forward, and the truth finally surfaced. It was Dr. Howard Steele who confessed he was the true author behind the letter. He was the one who wrote the letter.
And his reason? Oh, as a prank. He even made up the name, Robert Ho-Man Kwok, supposedly a pun on human croc. This entire 50-year panic did not come from a laboratory. It came from a single, unverified letter that was probably a joke.
one letter that changed everything.
A joke that fooled the entire world.
So what happened when scientists actually tested it? Decades of double-blind studies, the gold standard of science.
The results? People who claimed to be MSG sensitive couldn't tell the difference. Their symptoms occurred at the exact same rate.
Decades of data, and not one consistent proof of harm. Science couldn't find what fear invented.
No measurable difference. The data lined up perfectly between MSG and placebo.
That's why both the FDA and the World Health Organization list MSG as generally recognized as safe.
The exact same safety category as salt, pepper, and baking soda. But let's be fair, that food coma feeling is a real thing.
It's just you've been blaming the wrong suspect.
If MSG is innocent, then who are the real culprits?
Suspect number 1, sodium. Too much salt causes bloating and water retention. Suspect number 2, heavy fats and calories. Your body struggles to digest them.
Suspect number 3, the carb crash, spiking your blood sugar, then sending it free-falling.
So it wasn't the MSG. It was your body simply being overwhelmed.
For decades, we blamed the wrong thing and ignored the simple truth our bodies were telling us. Real understanding doesn't come from fear. It comes from science.
Sometimes, the simplest explanations are the hardest to accept.
Scientists call this the nocebo effect. When you believe something will make you sick, your brain can actually make it happen. In other words, your fear becomes the symptom. And for MSG, that fear was carefully planted. It didn't stop there. This fear grew stronger because of something called the naturalistic fallacy. The false belief that natural always means good and chemical means bad. And marketers? Oh, they know this psychology perfectly. That big NO-MSG added label? Pure marketing genius.
Because, look at the ingredients: yeast extract, hydrolyzed protein, all things naturally loaded with glutamate.
Getting sick from MSG is like getting sick from a plate of Parmesan pasta.
It's just called having a delicious meal.
But the story doesn't end there.
Every week, we uncover the hidden truths behind the food you eat. If you believe we deserve to know what's really in our food, hit subscribe and ring that bell. There's always more to uncover, and every click helps us bring the truth to light.
But this investigation doesn't stop here. What food or what ingredient do you want me to investigate next?
Let me know in the comments below. That's where our real conversation begins.
Thanks for watching.